guys, thanks for joining me here today at our Piano Pizzazz tutorial. I'm going to be going over the second song in A Perfect 10. That's the Showtime rag. All right, so a rag, or otherwise known as ragtime, is music that was combined from our African heritage mixed with the European style of classical music. So it's a little bit classical in nature, but it has a little bit of a raggedy feeling. So I think that you're going to recognize the ragtime style as the song goes back and forth on the piano, keeping a steady beat. It changes the chords, it does some fun little things. So that's one of the little sections that you'll need to practice, just the left hand alone. That's probably one of the hardest parts because you've got the right hand doing something completely different. So anyway, this piece, it kind of reminds me of going to a show. Maybe I can imagine like it being more of a skit type thing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with skits, if that's still a thing nowadays, but when I was growing up, we did not have like YouTube or TikTok to entertain ourselves with. And so oftentimes if we would go to summer camp or do something fun with our youth group, we would see skits. So we really got excited about that because it was so funny, fun to watch, fun to be in the skits. And so on this piece, it starts out with this big overture sound, which is like leading up to the skit or the play or the show. And so it has a really big sound at the beginning to draw your attention in. And then the first act or the first scene opens up with like a playful character, okay? So then you can hear how it changes and it does some things. I'm imagining people doing like the splits or like sliding across the stage or doing some fun kind of things that you might see on TV in maybe some of the older shows that your parents like to watch where they would do little tricks on people. And there wasn't like maybe a lot of verbal communication, but through their actions, you could see what the skits were about. So anyway, I'm going to try to show you a little bit about the different sections of the piece. So here's the introduction part. I would use the pedal on this part and make it really big. It says to play with excitement. Leads you right into where they want you to be to watch the show, okay? So we're in the key of A major here, 3 sharps. You have F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp, okay? So we start out with the A major chord, A7, D chord, D minor, and then this is just an inversion of all the notes of the A chord right there. So watch your fingering, and then it leads into pedal in there. I'm kind of using my pedal little by little, but you wouldn't have to. You could just do it completely without the pedal, make it a little bit slower here. Now sometimes I'm accidentally hitting a wrong note in the left hand as I'm going down, but I'm trying not to look at my hands. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the music. If you hit a wrong note, just try to keep it going. What I'm focusing a little bit more on is my right hand. So there's a lot of fingering, especially the 4th finger right here. If your hand is kind of spread out in the A position, you've got your A, 2 finger, 1 on A, 2 finger on the C sharp, the 3 on the E, and the 5 on the high A. The 4th finger has to play both the F sharp and the G sharp in between right there. So see right there, you got your 4th finger on the F sharp and the G sharp. So I would practice that a lot. 4, 4, 4, 4. So I think about that 4th finger quite a lot. It's a little bit weak, so it needs to be given a little bit more attention right there. Okay, so that's like the first character, the first scene. Then you can hear almost like the bad guy coming in or something. It sounds a little bit more powerful here, kind of like a little bit more dark. So can you hear that slide all the way way down. It sounds like somebody's just like sliding across the stage right there. So that again are the 16th notes. So you're gonna go, if your beat is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So that's how fast that has to roll down into the beat. And then just kind of fun, sneak it up, and you're back to the main theme. And there's a good turn right there. And again, kind of loud up here. Kind of like your introduction. Now here comes Act 2, or maybe another silly character. You can just kind of play that up, slow it down if you like, whatever you want to do. Make it fun. And again, the ending is like the introduction. Okay, so the second time through, after you've taken the DS, you play all straight through to the DS al coda. You go back to the little del signo sign and play again until you get to the coda sign. Jump over to the coda. And as most of you know, I don't like that kind of directional thing in music. I would rather that they just write it all out so I'm not having to flip my pages back and forth so much. But that's just the way they go. They didn't ask me how I wanted to do it, so I have to do it the way it's written. All right, so I think that this is a really fun piece. It did require a little bit more practicing on my end to do that. It says to play it with excitement at 126, but I would encourage you to play it as slow as you need it to make it accurate. And if you're going too fast, too soon, then you're going to be playing a lot of wrong notes. And it's harder to correct wrong notes than it is to just learn them slowly to start with and then play them accurate as you go. Okay, so I don't think the other elements in the song are that difficult. I think that you'll find that you'll be able to get the octaves and the runs okay. It's just going to be the right hand here on measure 9 where it goes. So even if you have to practice it, that's slow, that's okay, or even slower. Whatever is at good speed for you to make sure that you're doing it accurately, that's your best speed, okay? So I hope that you'll enjoy this. Imagine your own skit, imagine something fun and humorous as you're practicing along with this one, and have a good time with it, okay? All right, see you next time.